Hey folks, the Comics Kid 2099 here to talk about an episode of a superhero animated series. Today, I'll be talking about the new Batman Adventures episode, Joker's Millions. If you haven't seen the episode, you should, because I'll be spoiling it. And if you have seen it, but it's been quite some time, allow me to quickly sum up the plot before I get to the reviewy parts. Joker is dirt poor, and just when he needs it most, he is left $200 million by one of his now deceased hated rivals in a criminal underworld. After some riotous living, Joker discovers the money is all fake, and now the IRS is breathing down his neck. So he tries to pull off one more job where Batman and Batgirl catch him. Then Harley, feeling neglected while Joker left her in Arkham while he partied on the outside, beats him with a nightstick. Cue credits. So this is one of those episodes that I don't really have that much to say about. It's a slightly more offbeat episode because it's a little more humorous than what we're used to in this series, but beyond pointing out which instances made me laugh the most, I don't know if there's that much to say about this episode. It is a little odd seeing the Joker as less competent than usual. Yeah, we've seen him be humiliated before, like at the end of Christmas with the Joker or Joker's Favor, but never quite to this extent. It seemed like the whole point of this episode was to take Joker down a peg or two, which is odd since he is sort of supposed to be the air quotes cool guy of Batman's rogues gallery. He gets the hot chicks, he has the awesome one-liners, and he doesn't need any reason to do what he does, he just does it. So yeah, a little odd that this episode seems to go out of its way to portray him in the opposite light. So speaking of Joker not needing a reason to do what he does, let's tackle that real quick. This episode has Joker immediately give up his criminal ways when he comes into a large sum of money, and the only reason he even returns to his criminal ways is to keep the IRS off his back so he can continue to live in a lap of luxury. Are we trying to say that the Joker only ever does what he does for money? That seems wrong. Like, as wrong as you can possibly be about the Joker. Let's recap, shall we? The Joker commits crimes that he thinks are funny, and he likes to play cat and mouse with Batman. Neither of those elements of his character are present here. If all he cares about is the money, what about all the times in the series when he's been motivated by other things, like in Joker's Favor or Joker's Wild? This not only seems like a huge character assassination against the Joker, but also wildly inconsistent with the character as he's been portrayed before now. This episode is also very much lacking in any heroic presence. We get to briefly see Batman and Batgirl in action and Nightwing and Batgirl in action, but they don't actually get to say or do anything that impacts the plot other than capturing the Joker at the end. I've talked before about how it's okay to not have your protagonist be the actual protagonist of the episode if you want to focus on another non-main character, like him be a clown. But this episode doesn't even do that. The closest thing to a protagonist this episode has is the Joker himself, but that doesn't work because he's about as much of a static character as Batman. He does make the decision to give up a life of crime at the beginning of the episode, I guess, but that's still pretty problematic as I've already covered. I guess I should talk about the things I did like. I like seeing the Penguin as a legitimate businessman. The DeVito-esque portrayal works alright, but I think the upper-class suave but still kinda in the criminal underworld take works better. Just a pity we don't get to see more of that here. And I also like King Barlow's plan, even if it requires the Joker to be handled pretty poorly for it to work. It's quite funny, and I imagine it'd be even funnier with some other villain who is more financially minded than the Joker. That is about all I have to say here, guys. A decently funny episode, but it falls apart when any critical thought is applied to it. But what did you guys think of the episode and of my review? If you liked it, I'll be here next week to do another episode. And if you did like it, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I do other videos throughout the week, so be sure to check those out as well. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.